Crowfall. Getting started. Becoming a champion of the gods. Life in the Crowfall universe has been disturbed by the emergence of a deadly force right at its center, the Hunger. Centuries ago, Vulcan, the Allfather, went to investigate the Hunger, and nobody knows anything about him since. This setting allows Crowfall to have unique dying worlds. Ace has built a random world generator that, based on input rules, will create entire new worlds in a matter of minutes. This leads to advantages and disadvantages of the different strategic map locations like the player-owned cities. This also makes the exploration game real at every start of a new campaign. Practically, you'll not play the same map twice. Worlds are going through the 4 seasons. When winter ends, the victors are getting their spoils and the world dies. Together with the day and night cycle affect gameplay like visibility, gathering, NPCs and victory points values for forts and keeps. The Crowfall universe features 5 types of worlds. Eternal Kingdoms. This is the player housing of Crowfall. If you ever paid money for in-game assets, this is where you will be able to use them. Now, they can be set up to public or private, and you can set up nobles and vassals. PvP can be turned on or off, and you can press B to open your vault. God's Reach is meant as a new player experience. This is where you will learn the basics of Crowfall without the pressure of PvP. The Infected. This is the next step in your Crowfall journey. This is where resources will get better and PvP will be part of the gameplay. The Shadow is the classical 3-faction PvP. Game rules include inventory loot on death and imports and exports. And finally Dregs. This is where guilds will fight each other over the best resources in the universe while building and protecting their own cities. In the absence of the Old Father, the rest of the gods have started squabbling over who should be the new king of the gods. They are using the dying worlds as their proving grounds, and they send you as their champion to battle for them. You exist as an eternal crow that inhabits different quality vessels. There is one more system that I feel it's worth exploring at this point, the discipline system. Those are tech pieces that can heavily alter the way your character plays. If you want to be a knight with a bow, yes, it's possible. There are currently 29 major disciplines and 36 minor disciplines in the game, and at 2 majors and 3 minor disciplines per character, that makes around 500,000 combinations. After having said all this, let's look at how to play. First thing you wanna do when you fire up your game for the first time is to start up your passive training. This offers offline progression and catch-up mechanics are planned. You can choose to train in any 2 of the following 3: combat, exploration, which includes gathering and leadership, and crafting. In the upper left corner there are 2 training tracks. Click browse and then select. This means that in the box that you have selected, points will be gathering over time. Press view skills to start spending those points. You usually need to spend 4 points before you can open up the next node. The second thing I feel needs clarifying is the specifics of the Crowfall banking system. The Vault, it's your account level bank. It is permanent, it is unique, and it's accessible from Lobby, Eternal Kingdoms, God's Reach, and the Infected. World banks, they are world specific, they are temporary, and they are accessible from Lobby and the world they belong to. The relationship between Vault and World banks is governed by the imports and exports rules. These are world specific. Finally, it's time to create a character. Crowfall features the Holy Trinity, tank, healer and damage dealer, but with a twist. There is no fire hose healing, so positioning and managing your own hit points is crucial. Each race has access to 3 to 5 classes and each class has access to 3 specializations. So a class can end up as a healer, a damage dealer, or a control character. Now it's time to select the world we want to play on. Let's get the interface out of the way. In the upper left corner are your character pools. Hit points, if they reach 0 you will die. Next line is class resources. For some classes is mana, for some it's energy, and for some it's pips. The next line is stamina, that is used for sprinting, for blocking, retaliating out of crowd control, or for harvesting. And the last one is the food meter, or the chicken ticker in Crowfall slang. If this one drops too low, you'll stop regenerating your pools. In the lower left corner you have your regular chat channels. In the lower right corner you have the world countdown clock. This shows seasons, then night cycle, and also the time left until this world is consumed by hunger. Until then, the gods want you to scavenge it for its riches. We've also been led to believe that there might be more to it. Power tray. In the superior part you have your consumable slots, and around the middle you have your class resource. You have your left click action, right click action, and retaliate, and then you have ultimate, mount, and teleport home. At the bottom you have your experience bar. For the race class combinations that have access to multiple power trays, all the way to the left are the buttons to do it. After killing a few animals, you get to level up. Time to spend stat points and talent points. Now it's time to meet the Spellbook. You get abilities from your race, you get abilities from your class as you level up and spend your talent points, and you can get abilities from disciplines. Remember that you can change your power loadout only in certain zones like temples. In order to get your first set of tools, you need to gather knotwood. If you have 3 knotwood, you can press J to open your crafting interface and craft your basic tools. Remember that for the advanced stuff you will need crafting stations. First upgrade, you can gather 6 wood, 6 stone, and you can craft yourself a better weapon. And yes, you can level up through gathering and crafting. Check out your specific weapon, press J to open the crafting interface and craft your basic weapon. Nice stat boost. Gathering the good stuff. The most important is the plentiful harvest. You will see it while you hover over the resource. Ideally you want it as close to 5 as possible, but as you get to winter it will diminish. I feel it's important to add at this time that Crowfall also features group gathering nodes. Leveling up your character to 30, which is the maximum level, it can take as little as 5 minutes, if you have the right resources to sacrifice to the gods. In a classical approach, like killing stuff, it usually takes from 60 to 120 minutes, depending on group size, availability of NPCs, and game knowledge. The amount of experience that kill gives is the same if you do it solo or in a group of 5. As you level up and progress through your talent tree, which is unique to this vessel, you have the possibility to unlock the 3 minor discipline slots and the 2 major discipline slots. Acquiring disciplines for your starting vessels, it is a matter of buying them from a vendor, so you can test any combination that you would like. For the advanced vessels though, things get a lot more complex. By the way, all these vendors with crows above their heads are player vendors. Hoping that you have found this useful, I leave to you the rest of the path. From a personal experience, there is nothing like flying trebuchet shots through the night sky.